tankers, this is Dogger 13R coming at you with another episode of Team Able. We're going to be in the KV-85 today on Cliff. Now, as you know, I like to show you games where the team strategy is a little different than the norm. You know, this is a Tier 6 game, and not since about Tier 3 have I seen 80% of the team try to push the valley, and at that not take it because the other team made a big push down the valley. So, you know, on the left side of the map here, where most of the people are going to go, it's all low ground, and it's that corridor fight there, and whoever gets through and gets up into the saddle on the high ground is going to have a position of advantage, and they're going to win that fight. So we're going to go up onto that high ground, as we usually do, because that's really the key to this map, is controlling that saddle. And, you know, we're only going to have a couple of people come with us, but we'll in the end have enough firepower to do what we got to do. So when you see, you know, 80% of your team go into the valley, which, you know, most people consider to be the wrong play, you know, we're not going to ping the map. We're not going to tell everybody to reorganize. If that's the fight we're going to be in, then we'll make the best of it, and we'll do what we can. Now, the key to controlling the saddle is if you go and push into it too early, you're going to have people that are coming up to whoever was able to get into that valley. And there where the enemy team has a light tank YOLOing in, and that's going to distract everybody. But if you get into this saddle that's just to my left right now, and I'm just covering this other lighthouse hill with my barrel, there's just a couple spots where if someone's going up to get up on top, that you'll be able to take a snapshot at them real quick. Might be able to get one in. But if you go into that saddle too early, you can get shot from the lighthouse, you can get shot from the road coming up out of their base, and you can get shot from the other hillside that's over towards the valley on that left side of the map. So apparently it's YOLO day on the enemy team. Now at the speed this guy's going, I'm going to go ahead and turn my tracks with him just to get turned around, and end up missing my shot anyway. But I knew at the speed that he was going, there wouldn't be anybody that could do serious damage to me behind me, so I could go ahead and do the turn and get turned back around before someone shows up like this. Now I really want to see how much strength that they have up here on the high ground, so I'm going to go ahead and push aggressive and use my speed to get up to where I can spot down that corridor. Now I'm going to trade with this guy shot for shot a little bit. I know he can pen me, but here I'm going to start to slow down just a little bit because I want to get my team online so that we can talk guns and we can make this guy eat 2 shots for every one that he puts out. So we'll move up together. And that's what moving in that pack, that's the benefit, is they're going to get 1 shot, we're going to get 2. So this game commentary is all about keeping your teammates in the game, because that enemy team is going to be working us over here pretty good. And as you can see, we're already down 2, so it's still a close game. The medium there is going to go forward, and he's going to push up to A, you know, 5 and 6 there and clear that corner, which is good. But I'm going to get back over this saddle because they've got a couple of tanks that have come up here and pushed through the middle. And I've got a T-150, and I don't want him sitting on that high ground over the rest of my team that's down in the valley. So I'm going to try to get there in time to save this medium. We'll see how it goes. Now this KV-85, I have a lot of tanks in the garage, and you know, one of the disadvantages there is you're not 100% used to the characteristics of each individual tank, and you're going to see me a couple of times overestimate. And right there, that little stop, I thought I had gun depression, but I didn't. So I'm going to have to get all the way down here to get this guy. And there he goes. And then we're just going to clear this high ground so that they're not spotting and shooting down on our team, and that we'll put it back to that linear corridor fight for them. So right now, I'd really like to get over there to the valley and shoot down on them from above, but the medium that went north and was clearing that other area, you know, he's going to be in a one-on-one against somebody, and I want to get over there because I want to keep as many of our guns in the game as possible. We're already down quite a bit. You know, it's 4-7 right now, so, and that's not in our favor. So again, I'm going to come up here on the rescue, and I'm going to underestimate or overestimate my gun depression, because I still don't have it there, so I have to pull even farther forward. But I don't want to give up this high ground. So I'm going to have to do a balancing act, and even just getting that one more shot in to that 3001P, kept that E2 from getting hit again. And he's going to need those hit points at the end of the game here. Because, it's 9-12, not our favor. We're outnumbered. So I'm going to come around here, and my whole goal right now is to try to keep my friendly tanks in the game. Now I know that we've got a tank down below us here, and there might be a couple more. So I'm going to go ahead and continue to push forward. Because I've struggled with that gun depression again, I guess this Tiger P is going to remind me to angle my armor so that it's more effective versus incoming enemy shots. It's either that or he's a really bad driver. So we'll go with he was helping me out to remind me to angle my shots, and that's just a little bit of team play for you there. So, and hey, I think this Tiger P has end of the game syndrome, where you start rushing around and you get that foot on the gas too often, and you start making a couple of mistakes. That's okay, because I've got my one teammate. Now, had I not gone over there to help him out, and I had started out just coming directly over to this engagement, I could very well be by myself at this point in the game. But instead, it's now 2-on-1 in our favor, instead of, them having a lot more tanks and me being by my Johnny Lonesome. So trying to keep your friendly tanks in the game is worth a little extra trip out of your way before you get to the engagement area that you feel is important. Now, clearing the backside of that lighthouse up there on the hill, that's critical, because like I say, if you push into that saddle too early, and I just sent my partner here a signal that said I was reloading so that he'd know not to go swarm mode on this guy while I didn't have anything in the barrel. But you've got to clear that backside of that lighthouse, because then it puts all of the enemy tanks in front of you, and you've got that cliff on one side, and there we'll finish him off. So you've got that cliff on one side, and then you can sweep around and keep all the enemies to your front. Whereas if you push that saddle too early, you're going to take fire from multiple angles, and you're going to have your side armor to somebody. So always sweep that outside and then come back across. So the KV-85, I use it with the 100mm gun. To use that derp gun, I think it would have to have better armor. It would have to be a brawler. And I really look at the KV-85 as a heavy medium myself, because it does have the mobility, and although it has some armor, it's not outstanding armor. And I don't feel that it'd make a good brawler, and that's what I would put the 122 on. So I use the higher rate of fire with that 100, and I've been really happy with the results. When I owned this tank before, this is another one that I've repurchased and gone back into and taken another look at. I had the derp gun on it before, and I absolutely hated it. So now I've got this 100mm gun on it, and I'm having a pretty good time. We got into a game today, we got a Top Gun medal. A lot of that is, whether or not you're there for cleanup or you're there for those initial shots to bring that health pool down on tanks. And we just happened to be showing up to the party a little late today, and we ended up on cleanup duty. So, always sweep around from the outside, trying to keep all of your enemies from as few angles as possible that you have to deal with. Try to keep your friendly tanks in the game by assisting them. Then when you get to that critical engagement area, you'll have the numbers, because you can see we were behind, but then we pulled it out ahead for the win. Thanks for watching.